So this is Belinga Beach. Holy fuck, I'm nearly getting blown away actually. And this is not even, the cyclone hasn't even hit yet. It's so windy. I've never seen waves like this before. This is like angry, angry seas out there. Really angry seas. This path is normally absolutely packed with people, tourists, bikes, scooters, and there's no one. Crazy weather, and it's not even cyclonic yet. I'm going back inside. Just checking on Van Halen. There's. Okay, I've got to get a few things before the weather gets really bad. I've forgotten a couple of items. Ooh, there's a few vans parked under here, and I noticed there's a Mustang too down there. It's almost like VanLife under this car park, so hopefully it's a good space. I'm just getting a few things out of my fridge. I forgot some yogurts and coconut water, etc. You know, the really ironic thing is I became monetized on YouTube in November last year, and I reached my minimum payment of $100 this morning during the cyclone. So there's some irony in that, I don't know. But I'm very grateful. So it's taken from November to March, from when I reached monetization to actually get my first minimum $100. So thank you everybody for all your support. Really appreciate it so much. Hey, I just wanted to give you all an update. I have parked Van Halen undercover, ground level, so not underground, in a shopping centre car park on the Gold Coast, on the southern end of the Gold Coast, and basically got limited supplies that I needed and retreated to my daughter's house in the hope that my house on wheels, which has been my home for the last 18 months, Van Halen, will be safe and won't be potentially in a flood area. I did check the flood maps to ensure that it was going to be low risk, and there were a number of vans parked under there also. So and checked on it today when I went out just with my daughter and my fur baby dog's grandbabies, and we checked the local beach and everything, and then retreated back home. So the weather is definitely deteriorating dramatically. Cyclone Alfred hasn't hit the Gold Coast yet. They're expecting it to hit here late Friday, maybe even as late as Saturday morning. I have not had to go into work today. Woolies is closed until Saturday at this stage, and they will obviously reassess that depending on the weather. And I'm just staying indoors as much as I can. So I will be trying to document as much of this as possible, but I certainly was not wanting to stay in Van Halen. I'd been working right up till pretty much the last while until the cyclone was kind of heading toward Brisbane, and the weather had already deteriorated, so it was really too late for me to head north, and I decided that I would rather be with my daughter and stay in her house. So I'm taking a risk leaving Van Halen out there in the extremities. It's undercover as best as it can be, and hoping that everything's going to be okay. And just wanted to again reiterate that to please be kind to people. Please reach out if there's somebody vulnerable or in a place of isolation, especially the elderly who may be living alone and don't have family support around, that may just need somewhere to retreat and feel less vulnerable and less alone. Also the homeless people who don't have shelter, maybe it's an opportunity to welcome somebody into your home that you may be able to give them a meal and somewhere safe to stay during this really crazy weather. I know it's only a category 2, and a lot of people are saying, well, we've had worse up north, and of course you have. Gold Coast hasn't seen a cyclone for 50 years, and we are bracing ourselves, and just ask you to be kind. Be kind, because I've had a lot of people on my Facebook and my Instagram, my social medias pages, and also my YouTube, just trolling and saying some really nasty things that I don't think is necessary during such a difficult time for everyone. So just stay respectful and kind. We're all going through something here right now if you're in the cyclone line, and so showing compassion and kindness and connecting with each other and just being there for each other without judgment. And I was certainly not trying or planning to put anybody at risk in me staying in Van Halen longer than I needed to. And I made the decision to leave because that was the best scenario for my safety and also for my daughter's. I didn't want her coming out late on the roads. So I've decided to leave, and, just there's no need to, send nasty messages or comment about me putting SES workers or police or any, anybody at risk of trying to rescue me or anything, because that is certainly not the case, and was never my intention to put myself at that risk. I am just documenting my experience as a van lifer solo, and have been for the last 9 months, 10 months, or whatever it's been on YouTube. And ironically, just over the last few hours, I have had my first YouTube minimum payment. So you have to reach $100 to have your minimum payment. I became monetized in November last year, and this is it's taken me from November to March to receive to reach the $100 minimum payment that YouTube will pay out in Australian dollars. So I just received that this morning, which is kind of ironic during a cyclone, and now I'm indoors. I'm not even in my van. But I really believe it was important for me to share vulnerably, share authentically, and share raw my experience traveling, living in a van, stealth camping on the Gold Coast, the adventures that I went on, and then living and working in a van in a big city, and the good and the bad, not just all the beautiful, Instagram photos and drone footage of scenery and, wildlife, but also really sharing the vulnerability and, the moments that are really frightening and scary, and you've got to make big decisions on your own. So I'm trying to be as authentic as I can with my YouTube. I know that a lot of YouTube van life channels are, clickbait, and there's a lot of people that aren't even living in vans that are pretending to, and I am trying to do the best I can to really share a very authentic experience. So just ask that you be kind and stay safe.